The easier it is to do something, the more likely you are to do it. We add extra barriers to undesired behaviors to increase resistance. You make it so easy for yourself that it's almost impossible to ignore working on these skills. Environment optimization is the simplest way to build healthy and productive habits. Before we start with the video, only a small percentage of you are actually subscribed. So please subscribe, it's free and you can always change your mind. As humans, we are sponges of our environment. We assume we make up our own minds and make our own decisions. But we are heavily influenced by our environment, where we are tend to mold who we are. This is why it's important to optimize our environment for success, especially those places where we spend most of our time. As Dr. Marshall Goldsmith said, if we do not create and control our environment creates and controls us. No need for Navy SEAL level discipline. Environment optimization is the concept of making certain tweaks in your home or work environment to make undesired behavior more difficult to perform and desired behavior easier to perform. The power of this practice is that you outsource or automate some of your decisions to your environment instead of having to tap into your willpower to make all the right decisions. In other words, your environment works for you, not against you, in helping you improve, grow and achieve your goals. Instead of needing the self-discipline of a Navy SEAL, you simply optimize your environment to tilt the odds of success in your favor. The path of least resistance. The brain works in a simple way. The easier it is to do something, the more likely you are to do it. The harder it is to do something, the less likely you are to do it. Our brain is hardwired to take the path of least resistance as often as possible. If it's easier to pick up a book than fire up the video game console, we are more likely to read a book. And if it's more difficult to check our phone than it is to perform our work, we are more likely to stay focused on our work. Therefore, environment optimization is based on tweaking the level of resistance involved with certain actions and behaviors. For example, we add extra barriers to undesired behaviors to increase resistance, while we remove barriers to desired behaviors so there's less resistance experienced. All in all, the key is to purposefully design our environment so that it's optimized to make positive, healthy and productive behaviors as easy as possible, while making the unhealthy and unproductive behaviors as difficult as possible. Practical ways to optimize your physical environment. Our physical environment, whether your living environment or work environment, has the potential to spark positive and productive behaviors on autopilot. Let's go over a few practical ways you can optimize your physical environment for success. How to wake up without snoozing. One of the easiest ways to stop snoozing in the morning is by placing your alarm clock as far away as possible from your bed, maybe even just outside your bedroom. This way you have to get up and get moving to put your alarm clock off. You simply can't hit the snooze button from the comfort of your bed. This simple optimization in environment has saved me hundreds of hours of snoozing and helped me start my days on a more productive foot. How to play less video games. In the middle of the COVID-19 lockdown, I found myself playing a lot of video games. Each day I'd be playing FIFA or GTA with my friends. I have to admit, it was a ton of fun. However, after a few weeks the fun wore off and it simply became a big distraction from everything that was going on. To focus more on my personal and business goals, I knew I had to limit the number of hours I was playing video games per day. The solution was to optimize my environment in such a way that playing video games became more difficult, so I ended up disconnecting my PlayStation and hiding it in a closet. Each time I wanted to play video games, I had to spend at least a few minutes setting everything up. This extra barrier provided me with enough resistance to mentally override my impulse and focus on my work again. Instead of being an automatic habit, playing video games became a more conscious decision, and that's what environment optimization is all about. How to read more books. Most people want to read more books, but somehow don't get to it. The solution can again be found in optimizing your environment. For example, pick one or more books you are interested in and put them someplace where you'll easily see them multiple times per day. Instead of hiding the book you want to read in your bookshelf, put it on the dinner table, your desk, or somewhere in your living room. Merely because of how easily accessible and visually present it is, you will read more frequently. How to eat healthier. One of the simplest hacks to eat healthier is to store unhealthy foods in very inconvenient places while keeping healthy foods easily within reach. For example, you can store those bags of cookies somewhere hard to reach, while keeping fruit and veggies in a bowl in your living room. This way, you'll be less tempted to grab a cookie as a quick snack and more inclined to grab a healthier piece of fruit. Another hack to eat healthier is to get smaller plates. A study from Brian Wansink at Cornell University found that people eat 22% less food by switching from 12-inch dinner plates to 10-inch dinner plates. Again, a perfect example of how your environment shapes your behavior. How to spend more time learning skills. Want to learn to play the guitar? Put the guitar in the middle of your living room or some other place you will see it multiple times per day. Want to learn Spanish? Purchase a Spanish textbook and place it in the middle of your living room. The constant visual reminders sparked by these objects help you practice much more often. Besides, when these objects are easily accessible, you make it so easy for yourself that it's almost impossible to ignore working on these skills. So for any skill you want to learn, make sure the equipment or resources you need are easily accessible and visually present. By making it as easy as possible for yourself, your environment is optimized for developing the skill more often. How to stay focused on your goals. There's a surprising reason why most people fail their goals. They simply forget about them. This is because most people lack systems to be reminded of their long-term plans and goals. Personally, I've designed my environment to help me stay focused on my long-term goals. For example, I keep a big list with my top goals and priorities on my desk and in my living room. This way, they stay on top of my mind because I see them multiple times per day. I find that by doing so, I automatically get new creative ideas and insights on how to achieve these goals. Take care of yourself, we'll see us again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope this video helps you to achieve a smarter living.